haven't talked about this yet because I don't even know how to talk about this quite yet. But I'm going to do my best because this is one of my ways that I think is verbally, as many of you may already know. But yeah, this past weekend, dude, best fucking weekend of my entire life so far. Like, it's only going to get better from here. It's just going to keep going up and up and up and up and up and up from here. It was incredible because Friday went to the hot springs, talked to a couple of cute girls. It was fantastic, enjoyed it, had fun, just chilled out for a bit as well there too. Following day, I don't even remember what I did. I think I went on a hike. No, I didn't go on a hike. What I did on Friday, I did something. I have footage of it, but I can't think of it top of mind because that's not really what the video is about either. And then Saturday. Dude, Saturday was when it all happened. And it was great. It was like I went over, had some breakfast with my mom. It was nice. And then went hiking with my sister. And got lunch with my grandma. And then we went, my sister and I afterwards, we went over to this other like, it's kind of like a Lazy Dogs. It was a brew house in a sense. Like, they had lots of beers on tap. I had like 2.5 beers there. It was great. Walked around the mall. Like, it was fun. The hike we went on, the place we went to, like, it was just an overall good experience. Afterwards, our Bone Love, RB Ranch, license plates. After that, after we were done, after her and I hung out for a bit, it was like, I don't know, 6 maybe? 6:30? It was, might have been like 7-ish or so. So I was like, I don't want to go home yet. Like, I still want to keep going. I want to go out. I just wanted to finish my birthday on a solid note. So then I'm going to the bar. Well, first I take a walk and I'm like, it doesn't feel like I'm supposed to be here quite yet. And this is things that I'm trying to relate to you as well too, is like, you're always at the exact spot that you need to be when you're exactly supposed to be there, not a minute sooner and not a minute later. Because if I wouldn't have gone on the walk, I would have ran into these other 2 super cute girls at the bar, and they might have been women as well. I mean, it's like, what is the difference between men, like women and girls? Like, what is the difference? I don't know, you can let me know. Maybe it's the maturity level, but nonetheless, I went on a little walk around the neighborhood. I got into the bar and I was like, oh, fuck, alright. Like, that was the first thought that popped in my head as soon as I got in the bar, because there's no girls when I walked in. One of the barkeeps was like, oh, just wait 2 to 3 minutes. He didn't say that to me, he was just saying that to somebody else, but I knew that it was for me. And I was like, alright, I'll just chill, I'll wait here, like, give it a second. Not 2 to 3 minutes later, these 2 beautiful women walk in. One brunette, one with blonde hair. I actually found out she was a ginger. Nonetheless, they both walk in to the bar, and you're like, this is getting set up for a terrible joke. Trust me, it's not, I promise. But I'm like, I'm just chilling, I'm looking, I make eye contact just a little bit, like, she smiles, I smile back to her. It's like, alright, I'm gonna have to plan and figure out how I can get my ass over in that chair. Like, what's gonna get my open, how am I gonna get over there, how am I gonna have the conversations, like, whatever it is. And they just keep, like, talking behind, like, the fucking, like, menu, like, with their hands in front of their face and things like that. And I was like, alright, like, that's cool. I knew that it was somewhat about me in a sense. I was like, because why else would they be hiding it? I was like, hey, this is fun, like, whatever. Like, I'm digging the vibe. It's chill. And then not 2 seconds later, one of the girls, she's just like, alright. And I literally get up and I just walk over there. And she's just like, not even a second yet. I'm like, nope, not at all. Because I got over there, I was like, yeah, I was trying to figure out how I was gonna get my ass over here. So, like, you just helped me by inviting me over instead. And they're like, that's so funny. And I was like, yeah, trust me. I was like, and then they're like, well, what are you doing here? And I was like, well, I was trying to give I wanted to meet two beautiful women. And it was this whole thing of like, well, like, why this one? I was like, well, why not this one? This was the one that I needed to go to. Like, this was the one that I was called to be at. And we got into this whole conversation. We started talking a bit. Eventually, this other guy ended up showing up that they had met previously. And I was like, all right, bro, like, if this is like, I wasn't getting cock blocked that night. I'm done getting cock blocked. I'm done, like, having this other shit. So, like, I'm just sitting there. I'm just observing. Like, I'll just wait. kind of somewhat introduced myself, but not really. And then I was just like kind of, I wouldn't say I was ignoring the guy, but I just didn't have anything to contribute to the conversation that he brought until they did say something about like being a wine connoisseur. Then I came up with this whole thing of like how, and this is something that you can do as well too. It takes practice, but like you can tap into anything that you need to tap into at any moment that you need to tap into it. And the way to do that is by just understanding that you have to take on that character, take on that role. You aren't necessarily lying. Some could be like, well, you're lying, but it's like, are actors lying or are actors acting as a new character? So I told them this whole thing about how I went into, and it was more just to kind of like fuck around and play and be like, yeah, I'm playful and fun in a sense. And they picked up on that because afterwards the guy was like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit down. He sat down a little bit somewhere else. I complimented or just gave, I was like, hey dude, like the crystal. I just wanted him to do the talking because a lot of the time the women don't like it when men do the talking. Just a small little thing, small little aside. But they ended up being like, all right, yeah, we're gonna go to the bathroom. I was like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. I'm just chilling. I'm having a good time. I'm just sitting there waiting a couple minutes. And you let me know about this as well too. Like when women go to the bathroom, what do you think they're talking about? What do they spend so much time in there doing? Like I know what they were doing this time, but like most of the time, what is it? Because after they got back from the bathroom, the guy was still sitting somewhat close to us. He had some other friends that ended up coming along as well too, but for the most part, he was sitting somewhat close to them. I was like, all right, yeah, that's cool. That's whatever. And one of the girls was like, hey, so we want to go here, and then the other one's like, yeah. I like the other one's cool. I like both of them. I really do. Yeah, it's fun. We had fun. I'm still letting it sit and simmer a little bit because it's been 2 days now before I'm even able to talk about it. And I'm still like wrapping my head around how I did this. Like it's incredible, bro. It's so incredible. But yeah, it's incredible. So like he ends up getting up and leaving and going over and staying with his friends for like the other people. And then she's like, hey, so I want to go dancing at this place. Are you down? Like, we like you. We want you to come with us. I was like, yeah, sure. Like, fuck it. I'm like, I might just go for the vibes, but I did end up dancing a little bit later. And they're like, all right, cool. And then one of them's like, the blonde one was like, hey, should we just make out? And I was like, yeah. And then her and I, we started making out. The other one like turned her head. I don't remember exactly what I said. I keep trying to figure it out. Like, I keep trying to run it through my mind and be like, what is the thing that I said? I said something. I know I did. I know that I said something, but what was the thing that I said? And I think it was just like, okay. It was like, oh, okay, that was good. I think I said something to the other one of like, hey, now your turn or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but she's like, yeah, sure. They both, like, they looked at each other and they're like, yeah, why not? So I started making out with the other girl too. And bro, like, then afterwards, I was like, all right, hey, now you two. And they looked at each other, like, all right. Then they started making out, bro. Oh my God, dude. Oh, it was so fun. And then she's like, the other girl was like, well, I was like, yeah, no, I agree. Like, she was fantastic. It was phenomenal with how she made out. And dude, it was just like, and this is literally at the bar. Like, not even in a back room, not at a table. This is at the fuccan bar. And I was like, yeah, all right, fuck it, let's do it. And then we ended up driving downtown and just chilling for a bit. We made out at the bar a little bit more. Like, we were just having fun. The other girl, like, she looked back and she was just like, it was, dude, it's just like, fuck me, bro. Oh shit, dude. I know it's like, I know I'm not good at hiding my emotions in this way, but it's like, it was just so fun, bro. Like, I love it so much. We ended up driving to another bar. I got in the Uber with them. They're like, you want to come with us? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So we ended up going down. We were talking about golf on the way right down. There might have been some innuendos in the golf. There might not have been some innuendos in the golf. It really kind of depends on the perspective that you are holding. There might have been, there might not have been. 2x5ES, 2x6, 2x5ES. I don't know what that means. But yeah, we ended up going back to the bar. We got to the bar. We got let in. chilled there for a bit. And this is where I think I might have fucked up the night once we got to the bar, just slightly. I'm not sure, because I wanted to take them. Maybe I'm jumping to the end of the story, but like, I really had to pee as soon as I got to the bar. So I was like, hey, I'll be right back. And I just went and took a piss. And they're like, oh, hey, where'd you go? I should have waited and got a drink with them or something like that, but I don't know why I didn't. That's something I'm still trying to play through my head of like, what went wrong? What could I have done better? Or maybe everything that did happen was the exact stuff that like needed to happen. Maybe there wasn't anything else that was supposed to happen. Maybe it was just everything that we did was the exact things that we needed to. And there's 777s in front of me as well too. So phenomenal, fantastic, lovely, wonderful experiences. I'm jumping over right now, but if you don't mind, I don't know what the rest of you folks are doing. But yeah, we ended up doing that. Danced for a bit at the bar. Blonde girl, oh dude, great, fantastic. She was having fun. The other girl was like, you gotta remember it's about emotions, not just logic. Sometimes you beat logic with emotion. I was like, facts. That's so true. So true. So true. And then I'm like, when I first got there though, they're like, yeah, we need to go to the bathroom as well too. So they went to the bathroom, but it was weird where they went to, like, I didn't know that there's like these secondary stairs that you could take down. So like, I'm just chilling up at the top. I say what's up to the security guard. He's like, well, first he's like, hey, don't put your feet up on that. And I was like, right? He's like, it's because of the water. I was like, oh yeah, no worries, I get it. I was like, how about here? He's like, your body, your choice. I was like, hey, alright bro, like, I'm just chilling, I'm just having good, like, he's like, no, you're good. So him and I, we chat for a bit. He ends up, alright, shift rotation, whatever it is. So he ended up going somewhere else. This guy, he helps me out a little bit later. That's why I bring him up. Because then I'm like, alright, you know what, fuck it, maybe they went downstairs. I'm like, I've been waiting up here for a while. So they're at this table, I see them, they see me. We go start dancing, and this is where like we have some fun, enjoy it. They go back to the bar, they buy me 2 drinks or whatever it is. And this is where I think I should have sat back down at the table, but I was like, I'm fine just dancing. Like, if that's what you want to do, like, that's what you came here to do, like, let's just fucking dance. So I'm, like, out here dancing. I'm making out with both of them on the dance floor and things like that. Like, dancing with both of them. Both of them are dancing with me. And that was our little, like, expedition, our little... I need to move over too, bro. Bruh. Yeah, we're just dancing with one another and things like that. The brown-haired girl, like... She was great. I could tell there's some moments where she wasn't like into it. Like she was, but like I think it was just more the dancing stuff. So I was like, you know what, like let's try and brighten up, like help her out. So like her and I just started dancing. The other girl, she started dancing with some other dude. I was like, all right, sure, whatever. Like, you know, let it be. Like be a throuple in the best ways that you possibly can. So we're just having fun. And then I ended up having to go to the bathroom. They go to the bathroom. And this is where I'm like, they spent like probably 15-20 minutes in the bathroom the second time, and I'm like, weird. And I should just stayed sitting at the table, like whatever it was. But I think there was an aspect, and this is just me thinking, I feel like they were going through the process of like trying to figure out like, hey, are we gonna go home with this dude? Are we not gonna go home with this dude? Like, what's going on? Like, we're kind of falling in love with him. Like, he's great at making out, he's having fun, he's dancing, he doesn't give a care in the fucking world. Like, he seems perfect. It's just like, what are we gonna do? So I'm just chilling. I was having a couple of different conversations in my head, like kind of like doing the astral projecting type of thing, seeing where things were at in a sense. And yeah, as I'm waiting, like they start closing down the top of the bar. It's like 1:30 or something. It's almost 1 at this point in time. And remind you, my phone's at like 2%, so I had to ask the barkeep to charge my phone just in case I didn't get to go home with them. I was like, I don't want to have to walk 9 miles. I did run a mile after I ended up leaving, but besides the point, I needed to at least have my phone somewhat charged because I was not expecting to be out that late that night. I'm grateful that I am, and I had so much fun, and I want it to happen again. But I'm like, holy cow, dude, that was incredible. So like, but I don't know why this is what I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, why were they in the bathroom so long? Was it because they wanted to talk and they thought that I just wanted to dance? Like, this is something that I can't seem to wrap my head around quite yet. I've been trying to. I've truly been trying to. I'm like, why can't I seem to wrap my head around this aspect? Like, what what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Did I not do something wrong? Because the whole vibe up until that night was great. But I just feel like when they bought me the beers, we ended up going and dancing, which I think maybe we should have just sat down. Even when they bought them again the following round, I'm wondering if we should just sat down at like the bar or like at the booth and just chatted. That's my one thing that I'm not sure about, because then as I'm waiting, as they're clearing the top floor, like, hey, like, we're clearing out the top, and I was like, all right. I asked one of the waitress, I was like, is there 2 girls in the bar? I asked a couple of different people, like, yeah, there's 2 girls in there. One of them was like just having a breakup, and I was like, oh, if you just had a breakup, like, we don't have to do this. One of the other friends too, like the brunette, she's like, she doesn't usually drink, so I was like, all right, I get that. Like, if she doesn't usually drink and I don't want to take advantage of you guys, like, that's not my whole goal. Like, I just wanted to have a good time and like enjoy our experience and whatnot. So like, if you don't want to do anything, like, you don't have to do anything. And this is why I'm not upset about the things, like about not going home with either of them, because I was like, if it happens, cool. If not, like, cool. Like, I'm indifferent, even though I keep trying to play through my head of like, how could I have closed? What could I have done differently? What could I have tried? Because as we're leaving, and this is where the dude helped me out, he's like, yeah, bro, like, I saw you making out with these like 2 girls, like, you were making out with both of them. He's like, take them both home, take them out to breakfast, and like, make sure you treat them right. And I was like, yeah, that's the plan. I'm also like, it's up to them. Like, this is what they want to do. This is what they want to do. And if this isn't what they want to do, then like, so be it. And that's where, like, when we were leaving, they're like, hey, so I think we're just gonna head on home, but we'll grab your number or something like that. And I was like, all right, yeah, no, that's cool. And she's like, all right, here's your number. And I was like, that's not coming through. It's because my phone was on airplane mode, because I needed to save battery life, because I did not have enough service for any of it. Like, I just did not have enough service, and I needed to conserve my battery, because there was probably an aspect to me that was like, yeah, they're not gonna, like, it's not gonna happen, which is fine. Like, I get it. But bro, like, I'm wondering if I would have done something different. I don't know. Because when I left the bar, like, when they're like, all right, yeah, we're just gonna head on home, like, we had a great time, we'll grab your number, and I was like, all right, that works for me. So I grabbed one of her numbers, and then like her and I made out for a bit, and then the other one just kind of gave me like a little hug. I still walked out with them because I was like, I'm not gonna like just walk around and stay here. Like, I'm good to go. So I ended up going as well too. And then when I get outside, the other girl, she gives me like a really long, like, drawn out hug, and I was like, not like in a bad way, but it was just like, I should have at that point in time just been like, oh, hey, like, I think she wanted to make out then there too, but I was focused on the other girl. It was a lot, but it was a great experience. And if I had the opportunity to do it again, meet up with them again, I would, and I will. I'd like to ask one of them to go golfing, because she golfs. So there's a thing there. Like, if you made it to the end of the video, what could I have done differently? Did I do everything right? Because then I think back in the back of my mind, I'm like, you know, I'd like to do that experience with them again. Like, I'm kind of glad and grateful that it wasn't like this one night thing. Because I always have these like really high one-time things, and I'm like, it might be nice to do something that's more of like a really high 1-year thing, 2 years, 3-year, 10-year thing. And she even did say at the beginning of the night, she's like, that's more of a second date type of thing. So I was like, all right, I can respect it. I had fun. I had a lot of fun. So truly, thank you. Yeah, thank you.